Right, good morning again, everyone. You join me in the car. We're on our way to Corpus for our full send lower body session. The first full send session in what feels like quite a while. It's been a long time since I had a deload, and obviously just coming off the back of this one this week. It gets very easy to fall into some comfortable habits, let's call them, because by no stretch of the imagination am I taking my training easy when I'm doing a deload or a devolume. It's still what I think a lot of people would consider a very hard gym session. There's just a lot more focus on being strategic, like where can I find the difficulty outside of just aggression and heavy weight and I guess like over stimulus, and usually that's in time under tension. It's in the tempo of the lifts that I'm doing, maybe adding in some micro pauses or some longer extended pauses in my reps, and that's typically how we increase that degree of difficulty. And I actually really enjoy that style of training. It really helps me connect with the muscle groups that I'm trying to work. It's what I advise to a lot of my clients when they're sort of starting out in the gym is, hey, really put an emphasis on your focus. And when you're training, if, for example, you're training your shoulders, like actively think about training your shoulders. Don't think about, I need to move this weight from here to here. Think about, I need to stimulate this muscle group. I need to really find it within myself to tie into that muscle, grab a hold of it and stimulate it. That's what going to the gym is at the end of the day. I've just lost my phone down the back of the seat, so that'll be fun to fish out later on. But anyway, we're a little bit scared. We're on our way. We're having a C4 Millions apple flavor, which this is actually phenomenal. I don't really like drinking them, mainly just because of the public appearance of it. It's got a Millions logo on the front. You can't, I won't lie, sometimes I have these on the train to London and that does not scream high class, does it? You see everyone going in with their Starbucks cups and their Pret cups and oh yes, I've got my flat white cappuccino, mochaccino, matcha latte, and I'm there with a fucking can, a 500ml can of Million flavoured energy drink. It's not the best look. But it does the job. It's crisp, it's lovely, and it does what I need it to do. So by the time we get to the gym, we'll hopefully be nicely caffeinated. We'll do our abs obviously to start, calves, I use that time to really lock into what am I there for? What am I working towards? What have I been working towards for the last 2 years? I know that's fucking dramatic, but it gets me in the right headspace. Legs for me, and growing a set of legs in this last 2 years, and I'd say particularly in the last year, has been revolutionary in terms of my training style, my approach towards those sessions. And anyone who has witnessed the progress of my lower body in the last year can attest to the fact that that has fucking worked. The progress has been ridiculous, and long may that continue, especially when I get some more calories in me off the back of this prep. I'm really looking forward to seeing how far I can actually take my lower body development, because it's still, in certain shots, it still maybe doesn't quite match up to where I'd like it to be. That's the beauty of bodybuilding, though, is that you're always kind of working towards a better version of yourself, or an improved version of yourself. You can love and appreciate the version that you've built, and I'm a massive advocate for that. But keep that drive, keep that hunger, because that's what keeps you going. That's what keeps you moving forward. Anyway, not too much to actually talk about on this drive to the gym. I'm undecided as to whether I'll vlog in the gym. It always comes down to a couple of factors, how busy is the gym? Am I going to be able to talk freely without pissing people off and really getting in people's way? And two, how loud is the gym? How loud is the music and things? Because if the music's really loud, you guys just aren't going to be able to hear me. Like, even if I isolate the audio in like a post edit and stuff, like, it's just, you'll just hear and, like, you know, that's not fun for anyone. So we'll see if it is loud. What I'll do is I'll still obviously film the session, and I think I'll probably film it maybe in its entirety. Who knows? Like, I like to give you guys an idea as to what I'm doing with training. I think it's important. It's a big part. It's like a big, huge chunk of bodybuilding and prep and everything else and what I do in life. So we'll see. Hopefully it's not too loud and we can actually get some decent filming done. Because the last time I did a filming video, like a vlog style video in the gym, was obviously that time in Fierce where camera cut out and all stuff went wrong and the audio wasn't working. And that was such a good, such a good video. I was really annoyed when it didn't work, because there's so much good insight and it came very naturally as I was training. And that's typically the case, you know, you have these thoughts when you're training that then don't come back to you for future reference, and you've missed the opportunity to get it out to people. But yeah, in terms of how I'm feeling, I suppose we'll just briefly summarize that. I feel really good. I know I kind of, you know, said it when I sat on the sofa, but yeah, the look is coming along like really nicely. The one thing I would say I'm a little bit worried about is just my transition work from pose to pose. I know it needs to come a long way in the next 4 weeks, and that's something that I'm going to be practicing just with a strict determination is how I'm going to describe it. I think I've been putting it off, I've been lazy. The problem is when you're only really posting shots, you're only really posting check-in shots or sending check-in shots to your coach, you can be quite picky, you know, and I can go through the video and screenshot the shot that I think reflects my current physique the best. And it's not to say that that's not a true reflection of my physique, but then when you play it as a full video, you start to see, okay, well, what's he doing in between this shot? And you forget that the judges are watching you at all times. So it's very important in transitioning from a side chest to a side tricep. What are you doing? Are you staying tight? Are you staying hard on your glutes? Are you staying tight on your midsection? Do you still look good, or are you like relaxing, looking like a bowl of jelly, and then getting hard and looking like a statue again? And the goal is, with like what I really want to try to replicate is I'd be like a statue, be like a moving statue. So I want there to be almost like a pose in between all of my poses where the judge's eyes are still drawn to me, because it flows seamlessly from one pose to the next, and you almost can't take your eyes off me, because it's like, okay, he's solid in the front double, now he's transitioning, oh my god, there's like, he's basically thrown in another pose there, he looks awesome, and now he's into his front lat, and it's just rock solid. I don't want to be shaking on stage, I just want to be smooth and seamless. Yeah, because points for presentation, you'd be surprised, like, it happens a lot where, you know, the biggest guy on stage doesn't always win, very, very rarely in fact. Excuse me. I mean, you only have to look at top level competitors in the enhanced scene. I don't know if anyone knows, but like that Neckzilla, I always forget his name, Rubiel Mascara, probably one of the biggest bodybuilders in the world right now from like a musculature standpoint. His lower body is insane. He's got the legs of like a fucking racehorse, but his posing is just not the best. And the same goes for guys like Michael Crizzo, these guys that get a load of hype coming up through the ranks in the IFBB, and then on stage it's like, okay, yeah, but you're shaking and you're sweating and you're fatiguing, and there's someone else who stood next to you who's like maybe significantly smaller than you, but they're in better condition and they're posing immaculately, and that has to get rewarded. This is why I always say, like, bodybuilding is a bit of a beauty contest and a bit of a beauty pageant, in the sense that there is pageantry, there is, you know, a certain element of flair that goes into everything. You can't just go up there, be the biggest guy and hope to walk away with gold. You have to be a complete bodybuilder. Put a little rant that. someone's clearly had a high day yesterday. The brain is functioning. I guess we'll close off and see you guys over at the gym. Last little bit to talk about. Obviously, I didn't film any client check-ins because that's always kind of between me and my clients, but everyone's smashing it at the minute. I'm building a nice little base of clients at the minute, a nice little roster, and it is a little bit of a pinch me moment, you know, not quite where we want it to be. Like, I will never apologize in saying that I want coaching to be my full-time profession. I want it to be something that I can do full-time and leave the corporate world eventually. With the physique project, I've not been shy about that. In 5 years, I guarantee you the physique project will be a physical space. It will be a gym that embodies all of the moralities and all the things that I believe are true within fitness and nutrition and lifestyle that you should strive towards, which is improvement and just self-betterment. And everybody is living that message at the minute. And it's like amazing to see. There's nothing better than getting up on a Saturday, going through check-ins from clients, and it's like talking about how, you know, their wins this week and even their struggles and how they've navigated those struggles and how, you know, the things that we've put in place, be that nutrition plans, be that workout plans, be that strategies to just help them change their habits, have been successful. Like, it's one thing, I always say this, it's one thing like following a plan yourself, like I've done with Zach, and I'm at a point now where, although I lean on Zach for guidance like tremendously, especially in this prep phase, you know, when it comes to my lifestyle and sticking to my routines, you know, I'm pretty self-sufficient. And it's one thing doing it for yourself, but being able to actually impart that onto others is like, it's a satisfaction like nothing else, to be honest. Big smile on my face saying that. Yeah, all I'll say is, you know, watch this space. It's a great time to be getting involved in the physique project if you are looking to move your fitness journey forward, change your habits, change your life when it comes to fitness and health. I'll always put the link in the description to all of my bits of coaching and stuff, and anybody who wants to inquire with me, I am more than happy to sit on a call for half an hour to an hour and just discuss your specific goals and see if there's a fit there. I love this, so yeah, it's what I want to be doing for my life. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the gym, and we'll pick up there. Right, boys and girls, welcome back to the vlog. I'm hoping that everything is actually working right now. Very, very happy to be saying that if you notice a bit of a difference in quality, and there's definitely a potential that you're noticing a slight dip in quality, just because I'm on the Osmo. I'm on the DJI Osmo, which is very, very exciting to be using. It's very good from what I can tell so far. But as with any piece of tech, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I'm sorry I probably look like shit as well. It's been a very long weekend, which I'm going to get into. But as I was saying, with any piece of new tech or tech that is new to you, it's going to take a little bit of breaking in just to get used to certain settings. One thing that I found out straight away when unpacking the Osmo was that it has a micro SD, and that's all well and good. It's actually very useful because the big chunky SDs that I have in my Sony are like, they are quite brittle, and to carry them around it's a bit of a pain. They're not that big, they're not like this, but they're like, you know. However, the only micro SD that I actually own is only 64 gigabytes, and that gives me roughly half an hour of recording time. And as we all know, I can talk for way longer than half an hour, so that's not going to do, is it? It also means that if I film in 4K, which I like to do because, you know, if you've got a camera that can handle high quality video, why are you not gonna use that? That's the whole point of having the camera be that way. So I'm going to have to get on Amazon tonight and get myself a larger micro SD, but that's all fine. These are all good problems to have, I suppose, and all in the name of bringing you guys better quality content in the long run. But already, like, setting this up in the car and stuff. So much less hassle than it was to do it with the Sony. So yeah, pretty happy so far with what I'm seeing, and we'll obviously see how good everything comes out. However, let's get into what happened, I suppose. Me, quite simply, it's a miracle that it hasn't happened sooner. I'm a very clumsy individual. I was in the gym, as you could see from the last clip. My plan was to film. I was literally actually about to get my mic set up and everything to vlog for you guys in the gym, because it was quiet enough to actually do some talking to the camera. Sorry if you can hear that rattling in the back. That's moving stuff to the flat right now. And I knocked the tripod, knocked the camera over. Recipe for disaster, really, isn't it? That's never going to be a good result. And yeah, it's broken. So it's a shame. That camera saw us through some, a big part of the journey so far. I'm sorry if the volume on this is really loud as well, by the way, because I can see it on the screen, the little green thing going up and down, and I actually don't know how to adjust it yet. So that might be really loud for you guys. If it is, I'll quieten it down when I'm editing. But yeah, so the camera broke, which meant that I couldn't vlog anything for the whole weekend, which is frustrating because I was really looking forward to bringing you guys along for a weekend of a bit of fun, just a bit more normality as well. We went up to Newcastle, obviously. I fucked up a little bit with my timings, so things got a bit stressful in terms of me getting everything done that I needed to get done, but it's all happened. We're on the other side now. We went to his uncle's 60th, that was great fun. Excuse me. He announced he's getting married to his partner, which is great. That's something to look forward to in a couple of years' time. And then we drove back today. Then we stopped in at my dad's in Richmond, which is something I really wanted to vlog for you guys. To meet my dad, the man that made the specimen you see before you, which will have to wait for another time. You'll have to wait for the genetics reveal. And then we actually stopped in to see our friends Josh and Liv in Leeds, and that was really nice as well. We were actually sat in their garden. Josh and Liv, if either of you watch this, guys, we really enjoyed having that little catch up. Sorry we couldn't stay for longer. Literally, as we were driving away, Izzy was like, if Liv had got out a couple of Aperols, we would have been there for hours, and we really would. We would, you know, having a good old conversation. I think they're very like-minded people to myself and Izzy, so it's very easy when we go over there just to kind of fall into conversations with them, and the next thing you know, you're like deep into it and some time has gone by. And I was just conscious that we needed to get back, I needed to train still, and also there's just still a very long list of jobs that need doing for this move, one of which I'm completing right now. So I'm just heading over to the flat, bringing you guys along with me to bring our bin over. Very exciting. Some of my clothes, some odd bits, some pots and pans, things that you just don't really think about. Get that stuff in there, and slowly but surely it's going to become a lot more livable, this flat, in the next coming days. And then yeah, you guys will probably see a nice transition into us actually just straight up living in the flat, which is going to be good. I actually can't wait now, and I think Izzy's starting to get excited as well, which is really nice for me to see. We met our neighbour the other night, who is a wonderful woman. I won't tell her name because why would I? But she's an older woman, brought us around a bottle of wine and some glasses. Obviously I couldn't drink that, but still the gesture is really nice, and that's a big drastic change from, you know, the last time we lived in a flat together was in London, and our neighbours weren't the friendliest, as you can imagine. So we actually almost had a fucking fight with them one night, which was fun. But yeah, what are we doing this evening? We are doing these jobs. I'll probably bring you guys in the flat with me as well, just to sort of show you a bit more of it, and I guess how it's coming along. And then depending on how much time we have left on the recording, because I've only got 30 minutes to use, I might bring you guys, I'm literally heading to PureGym just to get a session in, to get a push session in, and I might bring you guys in with me and get comfortable using this camera, because it is a lot more discreet. I want to use it for talking videos in the gym and stuff, so we'll see how that goes. And I actually just really wanted to get you guys a video out because I'm really enjoying posting on YouTube. I'm really enjoying posting my thoughts and I guess updates from prep. And I want to continue to do it. And when my camera got broke the other day, I was devastated because I was like, that means I won't get a video out this week. And yet here we are. Here we are, the power of next day delivery, I suppose. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this little segment up because that's a good 7.5 minutes. I'll see you guys when we get over to the flat to unload some bits and pieces, and we'll go from there. But that's the update. Right, so here we are. I don't think this is working. Start face detecting. You are recording. Camera will follow. Have to record it. Right. There we go. This is probably the coolest thing that it does, and I see people using this. I actually don't know how much I'm going to use this, quite simply because I quite like some of the camera angles that I am able to create by having a static shot. Not that I'm a cinematographer, but I like static. I think it's really like aesthetic, and that's kind of what I go for my videos. And right now, it's cool that this is following me, but it's also not getting stuff in the frame that I would probably want to be in the frame. But anyway, I've literally come over to the flat just to drop a few bits off. Literally, I've just dumped a load of clothes. I'm gonna grab the stuff that's in the car, and then we're gonna shoot off to the gym. But I thought I'd just show you this cool, it's so fast. Might get run over. Worth it. As you can see, we're in the PureGym, Milton Keynes, Kingston. The day has got away from me as per usual, and it's now 7:10. So realistically, the goal is to get in and get out in a reasonable time frame, which I reckon is about an hour and a half. Practicing what I preach, chatting my shit, a little bit of a train and talk session, hopefully be relatively discreet, keep out of people's way, not piss anyone off. But yeah, we're going to crack on and talk when we need to. The fit today is the not giving a fuck fit. That's what we'll call it. Practicing what I preach in multiple ways right now, I suppose, which is one, the whole no one really cares what you're doing as long as you're being respectful, and two, that you can get a good session in a PureGym. Definitely not ideal, like I would love to be training in Corpus, but time got away from me. There were more important things this weekend, so everything's going to be a bit intuitive and we're just going to send it. In fact, to be honest, from this point, because of the time we've got on the camera, we'll probably literally film top sets exclusively as to that. Apologies if this isn't the most interesting session or video, but for some of you out there who are on prep, I know that just having someone to talk to or talk at you will be nice. Come on then. Obviously, it's an interesting day today because it was originally going to be my first show that we were going to book, the BNBF Midlands. And we obviously ended up not doing that due to a number of things. One, we didn't think I'd be ready, which I am. And two, Izzy's uncles then came about, so it was like, okay, well, we're just not going to do it. We also, me and Zach discussed it and thought that it wouldn't actually favour my physique that well, just because of what they typically go for at the BNBF. But two of the Corpus lads did do it today, Lewis and Ethan, so huge shout out to them. Both competed in teens, taking third and second respectively. Not seen the quality of the novices yet, so I'll be keeping my eyes peeled for that, as I imagine I'll potentially, most likely, be going up against some of those people at the Supernaturals, which will be my first kind of like, oh okay, so this is who we're up against moment. But feeling confident. I mean, I weighed in for reference literally just before coming to the gym here. Stepped on the scales at home because I hadn't weighed myself since leaving for Newcastle. I was 158 flat with clothes on, full belly. So yeah, I think we'll have a new low tomorrow. I'm pretty confident. Using the finest kit in all the land, Matrix. There's a high chance that because of the fact that I'm filming in a lower quality right now to preserve memory, that this is going to look like shit. If it does, I'm very sorry. That will improve. As mentioned earlier, we're going to be straight on Amazon to get a high capacity SD card. However, if you can see some sort of quality, you probably have already noticed my arms are incredibly red. And that is literally from driving today. Just sun through the windows onto my arms has literally cooked them. That's the Irish in me though. Right, let's get cracking. Oof. 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 Shh. Up. Oh yeah. That's it. Oh. Obviously, this whole session is going to be intuitive, so going off feel more than anything else, which is fine. We'll take the 10s off and do that for a back off. What was that, 7? Yeah, sensible. I'll say, this camera is incredibly intuitive. It's a lot more intuitive than the Sony. However, there's already some things that are concerning to me, which I'm sure is user error, and I'll work it out. But one is like, you guys know how much I like to get an angle. And to do that, quite often, you're putting the camera behind something and using a zoom function to, you know, get borders and things. And on this, on the Sony, there's like a spirit level. So when you're recording, there's like a line that goes across the screen and you can see if it's level or not. On this, because it has active tracking, you don't need that because the camera will keep itself level. Even if I had the tripod sideways like that, the actual lens would level out, which is great, but not if I want to get a cinematic angle and, you know, be a bit funky with it. So it says you're able to activate active tracking, but then also zoom in. And right now, I don't know how to do that. So that's something for me to work out. But plenty of time for that. I need to come forward a bit. Oh, let's see how this feels on the old Matrix. Like a fucking guillotine. Oof. Okay. overall, what I will say so far is I'm really enjoying it. It's way more discreet than my big bulky camera. I feel a lot more confident in using it. It's way more intuitive. There's less setup involved. Feel way less intrusive. And I'm sure that a lot of these things that I'm thinking of are user error. And it's just a case of like me, I need to stop being such a perfectionist. Like I'm so used to my content being a certain way with my current camera setup that I've curated over time. It's not like it was just like that overnight. So it's a case of just learning this, getting comfortable with it, getting confident with it, and getting the best out of it. One thing I am excited about is I know that this films in log, which for camera people out there, and if I'm wrong, tell me, because I probably am, it means that you can apply LUTs to it afterwards, so like color grading and all that fun stuff, so I can make my content actually look amazing and super aesthetic, which I'll think about, because for certain things, like I think it would be really cool, but I do like to show an honest perspective and just let the camera kind of capture what's real, as opposed to glamorizing myself or my surroundings. And how much can you glamorize PureGym Kingston, really? Anyway, let's get this set. Warm-ups have felt really good. Falling more and more in love with the Smith machine for shoulder press, actually. I'm looking forward to being able to have the stability to rock some heavy dumbbells again. Would love to get up to pressing the 50s in my off season. We'll see what happens. Come on then. Let's go. Strong. That's it. Oh yeah. Oh. 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 Oof. Oh. Oh. Okay. Cool. I mean, probably could have gone a little bit heavier for a top set, but yeah, happy. Just trying to get some good work in here. Feeling good so far. Sucks, right? But I thought after 2 years of natural bodybuilding, I'd be the biggest guy in any PureGym I come into. Which might sound like arrogance, but it's just what I was hoping. I am not. I am, however, probably the leanest at this point. But biggest, definitely far from it. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll press the 50s. Maybe one day we'll be the biggest guy in PureGym. On to the pec deck. In PureGym, I've actually been for a little while now, if I am in here for a push session, which, socks coming apart. I'm usually not, but I've been doing single arm and really enjoying it, so we're going to run that. What I've been typically doing is 2 sets of single arm, followed by a final set of just normal, and finding that it's giving me a pretty nasty pump, so that's what we're going to go for. Okay. An ab workout at the same time, just trying to stay stable. Doesn't help that I've literally not got shoes on, so I've only got myself to blame on that one. Okay. something pretty cool that happened today, which was very brief, but when I saw my dad, I actually showed him this shot, which I hope is in focus and everything, from like a week ago now, which I can say is the first time in prep where I've taken a shot of myself and I've been like, holy fucking shit, that is actually insane. And I showed it to my dad and he was just like, oh my god. That's what my dad sounds like, by the way. He went, Christ. And yeah, when we do a dad reveal and you see my dad, it'll make a lot more sense, because I literally showed him that and I was like, look at what you've created, look at what your genes have created, and he was like, no, it wasn't me. But yeah, that was a pretty cool moment. He's actually going to come to my final show of the season, the NBW International. I'm very, very blessed. Like, I've got Izzy and Izzy's family coming to my first show, my mum and my auntie, and maybe my granddad, and obviously my coach and other people coming to my second show, and then my dad and my brother coming to my last show. So truly, truly blessed with the support. And on that note, I'm going to be starting to post about when shows are now, because I'm confident that I'm going to be doing them. So if anyone is interested and wants to obviously get themselves a ticket, they are quite expensive. So I won't, you know, if you don't want to and you don't want to spend the money on it, like I totally respect that. But yeah, I mean, the support goes an awful long way. The support through social media, the support in person, comments, everything, it makes it all a lot easier, and reminds me kind of why I'm doing it. It's to inspire people. So, and for the selfish reasons of just wanting to be fucking sick. But yeah, anyone who does want to come to a show, I'm going to put a stories highlight in my Instagram, and that will have, when they do get properly announced, every show's tickets and links to be able to do that. Right, I'll preserve some battery. So I've actually started to make a reel about this, about training triceps, and it is my humble opinion that you do not need to overcomplicate them. I literally most of the time just do a straight bar or an easy bar if as a preference, push down, and then an overhead. That's all I do. At Corpus I use the Panata, the overhead machine, because it is just good. And it's easy, like it's set up, I don't have to worry about finding anything, it's just there and ready to use. But yeah, if you're in an environment like this, you can do all sorts of stuff with cables, you can do all sorts of stuff with dumbbells, but if you look back at like 90s bodybuilders, guarantee they're hunched over that and they're just fucking doing this, right? And they all had fucking wham triceps, so don't overcomplicate it. Oh, yeah. That's you. All right, on to the final exercise of this entire session. It's a little bit zesty, I won't lie. The matrix lateral raise, which you're definitely meant to sit with your head resting against the back of here, but I think it's shit. I think the movement pattern on it when you sit like that is absolutely terrible. So I straddle it, which I say is a little bit zesty, but it makes it feel more like the hoist at Corpus or a hammer strength one. I just get along with it a lot better. So we're literally just going to run these to failure, drop set, drop set, drop set, get a pump and finish off. Okay, drop that a couple. Just go straight back in, literally blood work at this point. Oh. 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 Oh, KKK. I accidentally just said KKK, but we'll move past that. Oh. Okay. One more. One more. That feeling pump, this is fucked. Oh, come on. Okay, fuck me. Oh, and that's it. Okay, boys and girls, a couple of things to close this one out because we've not got a lot of recording time left. Firstly, I just jumped onto the body fat sensor at PureGym because we were there and I thought, why not? I don't think this is accurate. I mean, you see that? I think you can see that. If you can't, I'll read it. It says 3.9%, which is just, I mean, I'm probably not far off, but fuck me, that's crazy. The other most devastating part is that apparently, without shoes on, I'm 5'10". I've been telling people I'm 5'11" and a bit for my entire life. I've been lying. Anyway, that's going to close off this week's video. I hope it's cohesive. I hope it was enjoyable. Something a little bit different. This camera's good. It's going to be good for the channel and it's going to be great. I'm going to close it off. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe for more. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.